starts with a lie, a beautiful well-dressed lie, wrapped in charm and power. Christian Harper is the kind of man who doesn't just walk into a room, he dominates it. Cold, brilliant, calculated. He's the CEO of a top-tier security company in Chicago, a man who holds power like others hold breath. But when it comes to Stella Alonso, his obsession takes on a life of its own. And for Stella, life was already complicated. A rising social media influencer trying to stay afloat in a city of ambition. She wanted freedom, identity, and purpose. What she didn't need was a man like Christian offering her a fake relationship that felt more dangerous than any real one she'd ever known. But when love is built on lies, what happens when the truth comes crashing? And Stella Alonso knows she's at a turning point in her life. She's been clawing her way up the fashion and influencer world, one post, one photo shoot, and one brand deal at a time. But despite the glitz, her life is a quiet one. She's spent years keeping a low profile, avoiding attention that could lead her back to the shadows of a past she's desperate to escape. She's careful with her image, with her location, and especially with the people she lets in. That's why Christian Harper's sudden attention feels like both a lifeline and a trap. He's intense, magnetic, and terrifying in a way that makes it impossible to look away. Christian isn't the kind of man who does things halfway. He's ruthless with enemies, generous with loyalty, and laser-focused on getting what he wants. And what he wants is Stella. He watches her from afar, learning her routines, her likes and dislikes, her habits. It isn't creepy. It's strategic. Or at least that's what he tells himself. Because when Christian Harper becomes obsessed, he doesn't just follow, he acts. He creates a plan. And that plan begins with a lie, one that offers Stella a solution to her problems while giving him the excuse he needs to get close. The fake dating agreement starts simple. Stella needs a safe place to stay after a frightening incident. Christian has a spare apartment conveniently located right above his key. He also needs a girlfriend on his arm to deflect unwanted attention and gain credibility in elite business circles. The arrangement is beneficial for both. Stella gets security and peace of mind. Christian gets proximity and the perfect cover. But what neither of them expect is how quickly pretend blurs into something dangerously real. As they move in together and navigate public events as a couple, the lines continue to blur. Christian finds himself more protective, more possessive, more obsessed with Stella than ever before. He isn't just pretending anymore. He starts to memorize her smiles, the curve of her laugh, the way she moves when she thinks no one's watching. His desire becomes hunger. His affection sharpens into something darker. But he's not used to vulnerability. Not used to feeling anything that he can't predict or control. Stella too begins to question everything. She's spent so long alone that letting someone in feels both foreign and thrilling. Christian surprises her. For all his intensity, he listens. He cares in ways she doesn't expect. He defends her against her past, protects her from her fears, and challenges her to believe. In her own strength, she begins to feel safe with him, even as she senses the darkness beneath his surface. The more time they spend together, the more she wonders if the lie they built their foundation on is turning into truth. But trust doesn't come easily to Stella, and Christian isn't exactly a man who wears his heart on his sleeve. Meanwhile, the threats from Stella's past begin to resurface. She's kept secrets, big ones, and those secrets are catching up with her. A man from her history reappears, threatening everything she's worked for. She confides in Christian, and he responds the only way he knows how, with total unwavering protection. But his version of protection comes with consequences. He's willing to go to any length to keep her safe, even if it means crossing lines that can't be uncrossed. As Christian delves deeper into Stella's world, he uncovers more than he expected. Her past is darker than he imagined, and the people chasing her won't stop until she's destroyed. But Christian doesn't scare easily. In fact, he welcomes the fight. He's been looking for a reason to unleash the darker side of himself, and now he has won. Anyone who threatens Stella becomes his enemy, and Christian Harper doesn't lose. But as the pressure mounts and the fake relationship becomes increasingly real, both Christian and Stella are forced to confront their deepest fears. For Christian, it's vulnerability. He's built his life around control and logic. But with Stella, he's forced to feel, and that scares him more than any rival. For Stella, it's trust. She's never relied on anyone, and doing so now could break her in ways she's not prepared for. Their relationship reaches a boiling point when emotions explode. Stella demands honesty. Christian demands commitment. The tension that's been simmering between them finally breaks, and the truth spills out. They're not pretending anymore. They never were. Somewhere along the way, the lies gave birth to something real. And now they have to decide whether love built on obsession and fear can survive the light of day. Christian begins to lower his walls. He tells Stella everything about his past, his motivations, his feelings. It's raw and painful and honest. And in that moment, Stella sees the man beneath the armor, a man who's never been loved for who he is, only for what he can offer. She realizes she loves him, not despite his darkness, but because of it. Because under all the power and control is a man who would burn the world down for her. But love isn't enough. Not yet. They still have battles to fight. Stella's stalker grows more aggressive. Her influencer career is on the brink of collapse. And Christian's business faces sabotage from enemies who know his greatest weakness, now her. In a high-stakes showdown that puts both of them in danger, Christian proves once again that he will do anything to protect Stella, even if it means becoming the monster people already believe him to be. In the end, Stella is forced to make a choice. She can run like she always has, or she can stand and fight with the man who has given her everything. Christian offers her freedom and devotion without conditions, and she offers him a future where he's no longer alone. Together, they face down every threat, reclaim their power, and rewrite their story. By the final pages, their relationship isn't about twisted lies anymore, it's about twisted love. Love that bends but never breaks. Love that grows in the darkest corners and shines brighter than either of them imagined. Christian and Stella aren't perfect, but they're perfect for each other. And sometimes, that's more than enough. Ana Huang delivers a gripping and sensual enemy Stulliver's tale that burns with slow tension and explodes with emotional depth. Twisted Lies is more than just a romance. It's about healing from trauma, claiming your voice, and daring to trust someone when you've spent your whole life hiding. It's about how love can be found in the most unexpected places, even when it starts with a lie. For readers who crave obsession laced with tenderness and a heroine who finds strength in vulnerability, Twisted Lies is the kind of story that lingers. Christian Harper isn't just another cold-hearted alpha. He's a man learning how to love. And Stella Alonso isn't just an influencer. She's a survivor, learning how to be free. Together they're unstoppable, and their story